Okay, this might look a bit cluttered to the untrained eye, but each piece tells a story here. The complex building techniques on the outside are quite impressive and give that feeling that Lucas is a collector. Make your way to the inside to find out that he's actually quite organized. This mini-scale castle is absolutely stunning, and according to the designer, there's almost 2,000 pieces packed into this thing. Not only is the palette and architecture impressive, but look at the forest that surrounds it. There's just so much dimension at work here that would be quite fulfilling to put together. I love the green pathway up to the entrance, which gives us a good look at the brown building that contrasts so nicely against the rest of the castle. It's such an awesome piece. This outpost goes all in with that royal look and feel with the use of gold throughout the design, along with the iconic colors of white, yellow, and blue. When we flip this thing around, we get easy access to the interiors along with a better view of the palm trees and rocky structure cove. And check out this thing from up top. It reveals an incredible design throughout the boardwalk, walkways, and staircase. We also get to see the amazing water terrain. It would be such a pain to put together, but the end result would be totally worth it. Once we get inside, we can see that the builder opted for checkerboard patterns on each floor while keeping details to a minimum to save space. And the spaces might be tight, but as you can see, they allow for rich storytelling and give this model a cohesive design from end to end. This jellyfish-shaped submarine hit 10,000 supporters, and I can totally see why. Not only is it completely unique, but the detailed work in the coral reef is totally next level. Look at the sense of balance that this creator hit by using a wide array of sea life, a variety of sea plants across the entire reef, a wide palette of colors, and even mixed in white pieces to show that this coral reef is in need of saving. The submarine itself is very well put together with a 4-hinge system and has everything that a marine biologist would ever need. From underwater robotic drones to impressive water vessel sealing technology, it's amazing how a small space can tell such a story. There's also a hidden cave holding treasure with a protector that just couldn't let it go. Oh, and it even glows in the dark. Here we have a Tetris Shadowbox-like build that commemorates the original game from the iconic Game Boy. The designer went with a grayscale color scheme to match the monochrome style from the original's green palette. We get absolutely everything here, from the playing area to score counters and even a preview window of the next piece that's about to drop down. 7 different block formations are here to represent all of the configurations you'd see in the real thing. This designer decided to mesh together steampunk with a space set, which ended up as probably one of the fanciest moon bases I've ever seen. I love the colors chosen here. The brown and gold accents work so well with the dark blue and gray pieces. We even have a hint of green in this metal grated staircase. While looking at this building, I'm pretty impressed with the 3-dimensional rock structures, piping, and valves throughout the model, giving us the sense that pressurization is quite important for this airlock tunnel. The design work on the other structures looks excellent and gives us a unique feel, and we even get a classy looking clock tower. The track that surrounds the base is both visually pleasing and fully functional, allowing the scientists to get around in this neat looking one-person coaster. There's also a lookout post that fits with the theme, along with a rocket ship ready to take everyone off the base at a moment's notice. On the inside, we get a look at the daily life of these inhabitants as they listen to records, drink coffee, and type on a typewriter, which feels like a very steampunk thing to do. Tom and Jerry have been around for many decades, and this set celebrates its main characters in the middle of their antics. I think what's most impressive about this set is the way the designer captured the action with all of the props that are included. There's even a little birthday cake next to the mousetrap, along with a movie clapper to complete the scene. This would look great on any fan's shelf, and I'm sure it would bring back tons of memories or even bring in a new era of fans. This hyper-realistic Sony Walkman totally nails the retro design. From the colors of the portable player to the labels that run alongside each surface to the button positioning and labeling, you can tell that this designer definitely did their homework. What's neat about this specific model in real life is that it had 2 headphone jacks, so you could listen to music at the same time with another person. The iconic orange headphone pads are here, along with a cord that connects to the device. I just can't get over how much this designer nailed it. I like that they even included a few cassette mixtapes that you can actually put into the tape deck. And if you squint hard enough, you'd have a hard time telling that this was completely made out of Lego. This would be really cool to have on display so you could tell people how much better the 80s and 90s actually were. Here we have a Roman forum with 10,000 supporters that played an important role in the day-to-day life. According to the designer, this was the central location where everyone got their news, conducted business, and connected with other people. In this set, we get a small portion of that day-to-day with a large temple, some beautiful archways, and an aquifer in the back. The use of colors here is eye-catching with the red and gold accents against the white and green mainstays. And the brickwork for the walkways keeps it interesting along with the tall skinny trees on the sides. You can take the roof off the temple to reveal a huge golden statue, and it's just such a neat little model that showcases a part of history. This robot shows off an invention that was way ahead of its time. According to the designer, way back in the 1940s and 50s, pop culture started to have a science fiction boom where new ideas and stories started popping up left and right. Japan started to create robots like these, which kicked off a robot craze that kinda continues to this day. The designer totally nailed the look, feel, and functionality of a classic, even down to the batteries included in the back. We might not have had the Transformers pop up in the 80s if it wasn't for something like this. This extra fancy travel case is based on the real thing from the 1980s. As you can see, it's quite spot on to the original. The brickwork of the case's edge design, gold corners, and accents is absolutely next level. And check this out, these are Lego skis that wrap around the corner to match the design. The locks actually look functional and allow you to open the case up with an impressive hinge mechanism. On the inside, we even get an organizing tray on the top along with plenty of space to store all your goods. The studless design from end to end is masterful, and it gives it that sense of hyper-realism. This diorama set piece focuses on Charles Darwin's 5-year expedition across the globe. It's quite small, but the techniques involved in this cabin are very impressive. The designer even included a map of Charles's voyage on the back of the model, which is such an excellent touch. Everything about it is stellar quality, and I'm sure any history buff would totally appreciate this. Here we have a huge mansion with a gang that is never stumped in any mystery. Right away, the architecture of this model is quite simply outstanding. The colors complement each other nicely with the light blue roof and gray stonework, and the roof designs implement some masterful techniques and even carry over to the building on the other side. Then you have this stunning foliage running up the side of the building, which stands out differently compared to the rest of the building. The tree in the front is also a great touch and adds to the spookiness of the scene. I love the statues that are included by the entrance along with the gargoyles at the top of the pillars. On the other side, you get a peek into an adventure that can fit just about any mystery. We get a handful of rooms that are each detailed with this haunted vibe that continues to tell the story. And of course, you can't have a haunted mansion without a bunch of traps and hidden areas. And now you get to choose your path. Either click here to see more amazing fan designs, or click here to see whatever YouTube recommends you. Either way, we're looking at amazing sets for adults, and I will catch you there.